مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
Hello, this is Mr. Osama Abdul Rauf introducing Unit 1, Lesson 5, Part 2. As you can see, today's lesson is the second and final part of writing an informal email. Here are the objectives of today's lesson. At the end of this video, my students should be able to recognize the format of an informal email and the language style used in it. Number 2, my students should be able to write an informal email using the correct punctuation marks and the appropriate format. As usual, and before we start our lesson for today, open your workbooks, page 9, to review your homework exercises B and C. Yes, workbooks, page 9. Exercise B. In exercise B, you have to write the letter O in front of the sentences of the opening paragraph. M for the sentences of the main part of an informal email. And C for the sentences of the closing paragraph. Let's check together. Sentence number 1. I haven't heard from you for ages. Yes, true. Oh, why? Because this sentence could be found in the opening paragraph. Okay, let's move to number 2. Give my regards to everyone. Yes, it's very clear. Yes, C. Closing paragraph. Number 3. You won't believe how many different dishes you can taste there. Yes, true. M. Because this could be found in the middle or the main part of an email. Number 4. I have been meaning to write back to you, but something always comes up. Yes, of course. Oh, because this could be found in the opening paragraph of an email. Number 5. This festival takes place during our national holiday. Yes, M. No need to explain, right? Number 6. There are also loads of fun activities that people can take part in. Yes, M. Number 7. Just thought I'd drop you a line. In this sentence, the writer is telling us that he was thinking of typing or sending an email to his or her friend. So the answer is O. Number 8. It's a bit too crowded for my liking, but it's the most popular event in the city. Yes, M, because this could be found in the main part of an email. Number 9. I have to go now. Of course, someone is telling you that he's going to go. It means that should be in the end or in the closing paragraph. And finally, number 10. Well, I think that's about it. Of course, this sentence is clear to be in the final paragraph or the closing paragraph, so the answer is C. Now let's move to exercise C. Exercise C shows an email written from someone called Sandy to her friend Carla, and the email has some mistakes. These mistakes are highlighted or underlined, and we have to correct the mistakes. Number 1 should be a question mark instead of an exclamation mark. Number 2, here, this word here is misspelled. It should be here, H-E-A-R. The third one, there is a missing article, a good summer. In number 4, the word should be you are, not your. Number 5. There is a mistake in the preposition. It should be to instead of in. Mistake number 6 is very clear for you, I suppose. It should be nicest, not nicer, because there is the nicest thing. Okay? Now let's move to number 7. In number 7, the word people is misspelled. Please check it. Got it? Okay. The mistake in number 8 is related to punctuation. Yes, it should be a colon instead of semicolon. I hope you've already revised punctuation marks. Again, number 9 is related to a mistake in using of articles. Yes, it should be am instead of the. Number 10 is very clear, I think, because it says the interview will be in last week. Will and last? No. So it could be next or the following, right? Okay, let's move to number 11. The mistake here is related to word order. Why? Because this is a question. What you do think or do you think? Yes, what do you think? Number 12 is a grammatical mistake. It's related to tense. Yes, it should be I'm working because I'm working instead of I work. And the last one, number 13, is related to the use of prepositions. True, for should be used instead of from. I wish your answers were all correct. Now let's move to our lesson for today, part 2 of the writing. Today we're gonna write an informal email. Get ready. Student book, page 13, exercise C. Now it's time to practice one of the most important skills, writing. I advise you to get some sheets of paper. Then we read the prompt together. The question or the prompt says, you recently attended a cultural event that takes place in your country. Write an email to a friend describing the event. Unfortunately, there are some tips to keep in mind while writing. These tips are as follows. When writing an informal email, use the one informal greeting and ending. For example, hi, dear friend, dear, and you write the name of your friend. And at the end of the email, you are going to write, see you. Okay? For example, of course. Number 2, use informal language. Number 3, short forms. For example, didn't. Number 4, exclamations to show strong feelings. For example, it's amazing. Number 5, direct questions. Here is an example. How are you? Number 6, you can use expressions such as you see, well, actually, you know, of course, and finally standard grammar and spelling conventions. It's worth mentioning that you need to avoid some forms, some slang forms, such as wanna, gonna, and so on. Keep in mind that before writing, you need to brainstorm for some ideas. For example, what's the name of the friend you are gonna write to? Which event are you gonna talk about? What happened and where? Who were with you? How did you feel? And finally, what would you like to do in the future? Maybe with your friend, alone, whatever. Here is an example that I've prepared for you. But of course, you need to write yourself. Listen to this. Dear Sally, how are you? I hope you're well. I'm writing to tell you about an event I went to last week. It's called the Marmi Festival. And it's a festival all about falconry. Falconry is a traditional sport here in Qatar. And more than that, it's something I find really exciting. It's really amazing to watch. The festival is in Doha, and it actually lasts for a whole month. During this time, there are different competitions and events. On the day I went, there was a speed racing event. The falcons raced over a short distance, flying very close to the ground. I couldn't believe how fast they were. It was great because you could see the falcons from close up. They use cameras to film the races and show them on huge screens, so you don't miss a thing. I was really tired when I got home, but I had a great time and I'm very glad I went. Perhaps you can come with me next time. Take care. Falah. I hope today's lesson was very helpful to you and enjoyable at the same time. Now it's time for homework. Actually, you have two things to do. Number one, you need to write your own email on the question we have just finished. Then, write another email on the following prompt. Write an email to a friend describing Qatar's National Day. When you finish it, deliver it to your teacher and he will kindly give you your feedback. Thank you for your attention. See you.